Yes, it's a Mustang. How about that? Actually, it was more challenging than I thought. I thought it took me longer. It's on a drawing pad, and I had difficulty trying to figure out how to make the black and the orange. Very hard. I sat with a piece of paper and found out what to use on it. And it's a dry ease black marker to make black. The orange, of all things, is washable Crayola markers.
Oh, wow.
Because I should have used illustration. And the rest of it is graphite pencil, black pencil, and of course I used a shading technique.
Very cool.
And purposely cut it out because the background looked terrible. I put on this gray and I thought it looked just fun after all that. So that's what I do with this thing.
Is it somebody in particular's Mustang with the number 43 on it?
Yes, it is. I didn't want to put the name or anything. It's supposed to be 700 something miles power and 200 plus miles an hour, whatever it is. So, and the original photo was fantastic, and that's why I got interested in doing it.
Cool. My sweetie's really into cars, so I had to watch a show called The Grand Tour today. Has anybody heard of that?
Yes, Grand Tour.
It's actually pretty funny, and if you don't even know anything about cars, it's still a pretty cool show.
We're making them now. We're in NASCAR. You can do 4 players on it. It's getting wild now. So,
Very cool.
That's a nice show.
Good job. Very nice. All right, Gary. Oh, wait a second. I gotta adjust this here.
Nobody can see it very well.
No, you might have to come forward a little bit.
I got a way to show that.
This is scrimshaw, and this is polymer ivory, and the picture I drew of it's Bill Cody in his later years. Buffalo Bill Cody, and just probably before his retirement, from the Wild West show he used to put on. But anyway, I found a photograph of him, and I did a scrimshaw drawing of it. This part of it's ink, and you draw it out in pencil, and you slowly engrave it, and I do a step technique and line drawing and combination stuff. But this is all stipple technique here, and then you get your line drawing in, obviously. But that's
nice, very nice.
You got a question?
You have a question? I have a question.
What kind of tool do you use to make the impression?
It's engraving. It's just like engraving on a plate. I use a dental pick because the dental picks themselves are really good steel. And all I do is I take one that's got a long shaft to it, with your hand, the handle on it, and I cut the end off and sharpen it down on the sharpening stone, and I use that. So, but that's because you can. Well, some people use, X-Acto blades and stuff like that, or they used to use. I think they used to use sharpened knives back in the whale. That's where it started from, was whaling back in Nantucket.
Oh, and you had the 2 that weren't in the competition. These guys here. Those are fantastic.
I got a question. Do you sketch them out first, or you just go ahead and sketch them out?
Yeah, I draw them out exactly like that.
Okay.
And then I'll start.
I thought that's what you did.
I'll do a brief outline, light outlines, but not, just to get the shape,
Right.
and then I'll work from the interior.
Okay.
You want to pass those around? Gary, do you want to talk about the pieces that they're passing around right now?
Yeah, those are real ivory. But they're old ivory. That's one of them was from the Philippines that a friend of mine gave me when he was in the Marine Corps, and he got it from a Filipino, and he gave that to me. And then the other one I found in a gun show back in about 1968, before anything was, before they had any kind of actual laws against ivory. It is whale ivory. Those are teeth, and from the sperm whale. But,
You guys see?
the technique on there is, that's what they used to draw on those ivory keys for, basically out of boredom. And then it caught on as they brought it into shore, and then commercial artists would see that, and they just kind of picked up and grew and went west.
All right.
But anyway.
Cool. All right, Joe.
Well, this is South Dakota. And my son's in the military, and every year he goes up and heads up the training for a lot of the National Guard across the country. And they have the ceremony underneath the four heads there on the mountain. And I drive through the countryside looking for things that I remember, and this is a farm, and again, a barn. And where that came from is when I was a young child, I'd go out the back door and my mother would yell, "Joe, get back here. What do you think, you live in a barn?" So that's why I draw a lot of barns.
My parents said that to me too.
I believe your slogan.
Yeah.
Very nice piece. Dee?
This is oil, and I named it Down on the Farm.
Oh.
That's-
What kind of birds you do?
Don?
This is day 3 of the 7 days of
I
creation
recognize it.
in the Bible. And I've painted 5 paintings so far, and I'm going to complete the other 2 by the end of the week. And then I'm going to hang them at St. Peter's Art and Cultural Center, probably at the day after Thanksgiving.
Awesome.
This is acrylic.
That's acrylic? I thought it was mixed media.
Well, it
From
is
your-
mixed media, just a little bit of ink up in there.
Oh, okay. I just remember seeing your tag said mixed media. That's why I was cool. Very nice. Ben?
Alright, this is the Lewis and Clark Boathouse.
I recognize that.
Plein air edition. Curtis and I went up to the boathouse one day, and we decided to paint it. What the Lewis and Clark Boathouse is, it's basically a museum where the boats that Lewis and Clark used during their discovery of the West was used, and they're in display there. If you want to go to the Lewis and Clark Boathouse to see these, you feel free to do so. We did this as a part of a. I showed this one time in the news, and as part of the Whip Fest we were promoting
Oh,
in
yeah.
Newtown.
Yeah.
It was I showed this piece on it, and needless to say, a lot of people like this piece.
Awesome. Very good. Joyce?
Well, Ben talked about experimenting, and that's exactly, I've made a couple of these. I just started with a vase, didn't have much idea what I was going to put in it, and found something, and it evolved.
Beautiful.
That's very nice.
Thank you.
All right. Jerry?
Well, this is Zuma, the now deceased great ape from the zoo.
Oh.
My granddaughter took a picture of it this summer, and 2 weeks before he died. So I just thought I'd,
Now, is that pencil?
yes, it's graphite and little colored pencil over on the side.
Very nice. Ben, you had something to say?
No. I was just asking her, is she a relative of Harambe, the Cincinnati gorilla?
What?
Lou, do you want to tell us about your piece?
It's a watercolor, and I pulled one of Ben's tricks of experimenting, and I wanted to see how fast I could do this, and I did it in a half hour.
Wow, that's a half an hour?
Yeah.
Good God, that would take me 5 days at least, and I wouldn't even be halfway there.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's very
Beautiful, Lou.
Thank you.
And Diane, our newest member.
Last but not least, I'm doing birds. because I'm on the board of the Christian Care Home in Ferguson, and I'm making these for the elderly people in the nursing home, because
Aw.
only birds in Missouri, the birds that they might see in their garden, except I thought everybody would recognize the American eagle.
That's right. Very nice, Diane. And a big welcome to Diane for everybody, right? I'm glad to have you with us. All right, let me set this back up on here. This is fun. I like doing this. You guys liking this? Okay, so I'm going to call out 4 numbers. If you don't hear your number, then you get to sit down. So the 4 numbers that I called, stay, and everybody else go ahead and have a seat. So numbers, and this is random order, 5139. So if I didn't call your number, people who had their number called stay, 5931. 1395.
Thanks.
Okay, so.
No, you don't, you were 5. Yeah. No, you were 6, I'm sorry, 6.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so these are our 4. Scoot in, guys. Scoot in, scoot in. Joe, come on over. Okay. So, in 4th place, we have number 9. Who's number 9? Don Dellerman with day 3. Congratulations, you scored 5 points. In 3rd place, we have number 5, Joyce Latham with the roses. Congratulations, Joyce, you scored 10. And in 2nd place, well, okay, in 2nd place, get together, guys, get closer together. Okay. In 2nd place, we have number 1, South Dakota Farm by Joe Maley. Is it Maley? Mealy. I always say it wrong, I'm sorry. So 2nd place goes to Joe, he scores 15 points. And 1st place is Jerry Kanabe's Gorilla. Number 3, congratulations, Jerry scores 20 points. So congratulations to all, we have some amazing talent here, don't we?